You know what, Jim? I can't think of a day where it's not important to win. You can come up with a reason every day. Middle of the road trip, middle of the, it's a game, so it's important.
How about Nick Martinez tonight? Your impressions?
You know what? I thought he did a really good job. A couple innings there where looked like he kind of lost the strike zone, but he got it back. We turned a couple really nice double plays. He got us to a point in the game where I thought, let's give Ashcraft a clean inning. Nick had done his job, and you could see how excited he was. He was out in the field after the game.
How important was the defense tonight? And this is a club that has struggled in the past few years defensively.
You know what was really exciting, I thought, was like McLean's had a rough stretch swinging a bat. He really played a good second base tonight. That was a nice play. That ball that Newbar hit, that was a good play.
Trevino's play.
That was huge. I mean, that changes the whole game. Yeah.
You look at guys like Trevino, Lux, and Hayes, the guys you brought in. It seems like they were doing exactly what you guys had hoped, and it identified them and what they were able to do.
I think that's exactly true. I agree with everything you said right there. They're so solid that our guys, I think Brad and Nick deserve a lot of credit. They, sometimes in the winter it's hard because you got to kind of stay in your lane, which is hard to do. But they got some guys that really helped us.
What did you see from Lux so far?
His at-bats are tremendous. I even thought at the beginning of the year when he didn't have much to show for it, he was swinging the bat great. And he went through a little bit of a lull. But he's not afraid to see pitches. He's not afraid to go deep in the count. And when he hits the ball the other way like that, and you've heard me say that about all the guys, makes him pretty dangerous.
Is that as good as Graham has thrown the ball this year?
He's been pretty good. I mean, I would have a hard time. I'm just glad when they get him out. But he's been a difference maker for our bullpen.
How important is it, Tito, when you get a guy like that coming in the seventh inning after the starter, he shuts it down? If there's something to the fact of momentum for the bullpen.
No, I know what you're saying. You get a guy out of the game that was pitching really well, and you don't want to open that, put a crack in the door. And our bullpen did a really good job.
You mentioned Trevino's buck earlier when I think Wynn got that down. Were you even thinking third, or it seemed like first instinct would have been first?
We always preach getting out, but the play's right in front of him, and he did a good job. And Marte did a good job of staying home.
Do you have an update on Fraley?
He hit a ball off of his quad. I don't know what it is because I don't think I have one. It's hard to talk about stuff you don't. He hit a ball off his quad yesterday in Denver, and it really swelled up. And he ran today about 80%, and we kind of put our heads together. I'm like, man, if he does something, if this turns into something it's not supposed to, I'm going to kick myself. So we made a change. All right, guys.
I was just going to ask.
Go ahead. Go. You're all right.
Jose, it looked like he got banged up in the eighth inning there. Was that?
He got hit in the toe, and they're looking at him now.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to impair his speed a ton, but
especially in that inning, you get the Trevino fields the bunt, throws him out at third, and then you get that double play off the Newbar hard hitter. What did that do just to change the game and change that rally and shut it down?
Yeah, definitely brought momentum our way, and guys, brought some energy. And just all night, guys played some phenomenal defense. I don't know if you saw my reaction, but they played phenomenally behind me. It's that type of stuff is contagious, and it leaks into at bats.
It really seemed like we were pumped up and coming off the field.
Yeah, I was jacked up. Yeah.
Do you have an extra adrenaline on that?
Yeah. I love that kind of stuff, man. I love when there's sweet plays behind me, and it fires me up.
Is this as good as you felt this season? And the result was as good as you felt with the entire Arsenal?
I mean, I had some traffic pretty much all game. I think Trevi did a great job navigating me through that and pushing me to keep going.
How good is it? Nice is it for you to get rewarded for the first time this year with the team? Get rewarded for the first time.
Yeah, it feels great. Yeah, it feels great. I haven't been able to shut the door at the end of my outings this year, and today was a great game for that.
There were three guys who did shut the door behind.
Yeah, I mean, starting off with Graham, man, that slider was absolutely disgusting tonight, and he's been great all year, and so is Tony and EP. So they were. I needed this one, so that just all around great. Just awesome at bats from the guys, and obviously coming from Colorado, everyone's going to be tired and kind of still recovering from the altitude, and guys didn't let that get to them, and they put together really good at bats, played phenomenal defense, and we were able to scratch out a win today.
Nick, it looked like you had done enough to get out of the first inning there, and then it seemed, we hadn't talked about it with Terry, but it looked like he lost that ball and stung.
Yeah, Gavin. Truthfully, I told him this after. When Nolan hit it, I saw Gavin put his hands up, and my first thought was it doesn't matter, it's a home run. I was like, I thought that ball was a homer. So I immediately just started in my mind going to the next pitch. I really thought it was going to be 2-0 when he hit it. So just got to keep making pitches. Yeah.
Forgive me for interrupting you.
No.
I was just going to ask, how, because you were basically out of that inning, was it tough to come back from that? What's kind of the internal talk of that?
Not at all. Obviously still a lot of game left. I'm not going to let first inning run or runs define my outing. Got to keep making pitches.
You mentioned earlier how you close games, third time.
Yeah.
Had you put much thought into, was that a thing for you, the third time through the order over this first?
Yeah, you're definitely aware of that. You don't like being taken out, in the middle of an inning as a starter. So, just got to keep making pitches, right, and keep going. And obviously, those thoughts start to come into your mind. Especially when guys get on late in the outing like that to lead off the inning, and you just got to kind of put those negative thoughts away and keep making pitches. And Trevi was able to navigate me through that, and the guys were able to play phenomenal defense to get me out of it.
Does the defense behind you, especially in the infield, Nick, feel different this year than it had than last year?
Yeah, I think. I think our defense has been great. We had a lot of injuries last year. Terry was out, and he's made phenomenal plays this year. And Matty was hurt last year. And although Johnny's a good defensive player in my opinion, and he's an absolute gamer. And Matty's also a great second baseman, and he's able to turn real quick double plays. And I think we have a pretty good defense.
I asked Tito this, but you probably have a better perspective. The three veteran position players you guys brought in, Austin, Gavin, and Jose, what have they brought, and what kind of impact have they had? We've seen it on the field, but also beyond that.
Yeah, Hazy's an absolute gamer. He takes his at bats personal and wants to win every pitch, and he does a phenomenal job communicating to pitcher or to the hitters, to the other hitters. How pitchers attack them and what they might be doing, and how he's going to adjust throughout the game, and it creates a dialogue that guys want to buy into, and make them gives them room to make those adjustments and to talk about it and put together at bats like this. He had a big walk there and then scored from first to get the lead. So that type of energy is very contagious, and then you have guys like Jose and Luxie who have World Series experience, right? So I feel like that unlocks a certain level that makes you more mature and take those at bats into the regular season.
As a pitcher, what is it like to face Lux?
How did I face Lux? I faced him quite a bit. He has a really good eye for the zone. He really knows how to command the zone and kind of funnel pitchers into to pitches where he can handle, and so he's been doing a great job of that this year. And even when he's fighting off pitches, they're going his way. So we'd say he's living right now. Yeah, he's doing a good job.